So before we get into the video, I have some unfortunate news. My laptop that I've been using to make videos has finally reached the end of its life. I'm sure by the quality of this video you can see that it's struggling. At this point, it's not strong enough to handle OBS recording and running the game. It's 3.5 years old now, so it's not too surprising. The concerning part is that it'll probably be a while before I can do videos again. Right now I can't afford to just buy a new PC. So here's my idea. I've made a GoFundMe, for the computer. I'll have it linked in the description. It is private, so only people with the link can access it. I honestly don't expect anyone to donate, but I thought I'd make one anyway just in case anyone wanted to help. All contributions will go directly into paying for the new PC. Thank you and enjoy the video, I guess. Hello, my name is Stanicality, and welcome to the 1000 subscriber Q&A. This is definitely going to be different from my usual, considering it's going to be scripted. Yeah, I've already attempted to do this the other way, and the other way is just winging it, I guess, how they usually are, but I just took way too long to come up with the responses, so I kind of pre-wrote them. So I have them all here on the screen, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through and read them. So if it sounds like I'm reading, I'm gonna try to make it sound like I'm not. The reason I didn't want to say it was scripted because it's not 100% written out like a full script, but it basically is scripted. It's basically scripted. Anyway, we're doing the first one. Did the 2010s YouTube Let's Plays have an influence on your style? I see comments about how it gives that vibe. Are Let's Plays already a thing of the past? I swear it was 2017 last year. Alright, what are your goals for this year? Alright, so the plan I created for this year consists of 3 parts. Post at least once every month, with the exception of January. Post more than 3 times in a single month. I almost said month wrong. No, I didn't. 3 was my old record, which has since been broken by the Cry of Fear series with 5 in 1 month. And finally, the last one was just to stop talking so much in the beginning of videos, because I feel like I spent way too much time just talking, because I want to make sure that the videos are actually me playing the game. It's just 3 simple goals I came up with at the start of the year. That's all it is, just 3 simple goals. Sorry for the confusion, if anybody was confused. Not that I think you were. Okay, moving on. Actually, before we continue, I'm just gonna put in a quick disclaimer and say that I did not answer every single one of the comments, because some of them would have had similar answers. So if you're like, oh, you skipped mine, you didn't do mine, that's because I felt like the answers would be similar, and I thought I didn't want to just repeat myself over and over again, so that's why some of them were cut, but I feel like I did most of them. What is your favorite game genre? And if it is horror, which horror game is your favorite? I would say my favorite genre is horror, and my favorite game is, which I'm guessing I'm going to use as the background video for this, Phasmophobia. My first ever video was Phasmophobia, specifically that's not what it's called. Specifically, Phasmophobia Solo 1, which was deleted, so don't go look for it, because it's gone. But I left 2 up. There's a reason why there's only 2 and 1 is just gone. That's why. Otherwise I would have left. Actually, there was more than even 2. Like, there were more episodes originally, but I removed the other ones, or I took them down because I guess I just didn't like them, that's why. If anyone was curious as to why there was only 1 episode in this series and it was only 2, I guess that's your explanation for it. I don't know. I might bring back this series. I kind of want to. It's actually been something I thought about for a long time. Your hair is hella cool. Thank you. The freezing showers are worth it. This is completely unrelated, but I want to show you something. I have 3 Taco Bell cups, and they're all different sizes. Completely unrelated. I have a large one, medium, and then small. I hit the microphone, sorry. But here's all 3 of them. What's weird about that is I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't purposely have, and there's no other cups, it's only those 3. This is the only part of the video that's not scripted. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract myself. Anyway, next question is, how do you make these drawings? With a period at the end and not a question mark. Interesting choice. So I was originally using Medibang, an art program for those who don't know. And recently, well, somewhat recently, I've switched to IBS Paint X. If I had to give advice to anyone who wants to get into digital art, it'd be that you don't need an expensive drawing tablet. Some of the most talented artists that I've seen create art on their phone. Just like someone else you may know. I'm talking about myself, by the way. The point I really want to get across here is that equipment, fancy equipment, won't magically make your art any better. No matter what anyone tells you, honestly, it's all in practicing. You've got to trust me on this one. IBS Paint X is free on the App Store. If you want to get into digital art, that is your golden ticket. I started watching you through YouTube's recommendation of Cry of Fear. Well, so did everyone else. Stayed for the commentary and personality. Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, now for the actual question part of this. Are there any other horror genre titles you are interested in trying out or making a series on your channel? If you don't want to mention them for a surprise, would you care to give us a hint if you have some in mind? I don't know why I dragged that out at the end. I don't really have anything specific in mind, but I do have something I could talk about. So I own an original PS2. I don't know why I said original. I'm sure all PS2s are original. Anyway, when I first got it, it was broken. So it would come on, but it wouldn't read any discs. So I came to the conclusion that there was a problem with the disc reader. So I literally took it apart in an attempt to clean it. Nothing went wrong with that. It just made the problems more obvious. So I realized it was actually broken and not just dusty or something. So then I brought it to a local shop to have it fixed, and after the fix, it ran perfectly. That was until I broke it. Or, I think I broke it. I remembered that the PS2 can run DVDs, so I decided to put a DVD in. So what I think happened was I was doing a lot of fast forwarding and all of that, which I think caused the disc reader, which was just fixed, to fail because it was working perfectly before then. Like, perfect. Games would load in super quick, and then that broke. But then also the controller, which I believe is called the DualShock, right? The triangle button doesn't work. So if I wanted to have it fixed again to then do, because that was originally the plan, was to do content with it, and I can't do content with it if it's broken. So if I wanted to actually use it, I would, number one, have to have it fixed again, have to get a replacement controller, and I would have to shell out for the games too. And I don't want to see anybody say, use an emulator, no. Until I change my mind inevitably. So the oldest video on the channel isn't actually my first ever video. I think it's obvious considering the production quality is a little too good to be the first attempt. But it is one of the first. Off of the top of my head, I would say it's the 5th ever. Well, the 5th of this specific type. My entire history on YouTube is a story for another day. But I will say this is my most successful attempt. It's no secret. I'm not new to YouTube, considering this channel is technically 9 years old. You can go and check and do the math yourself if you want. I consider my anniversary July 1st of 2023 because that's when I created the brand and all of that. Technically it was June, but I consider it July because that's when the idea was finalized, I guess. I would say all of the videos, even this one, I was nervous to do. But that might just be because I tend to be a nervous person, so it could just be that. It doesn't really go away. Anyway, next. My question is, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel? I think we all know the answer to this one. Are you listening? Are you? Anyway, I'm glad you left this comment because now I have an excuse to talk about it. So I'm sure at least some of you are curious. I've actually made over 40 of these songs. That being said, they were never intended to be heard by anyone. I created them for myself to, I guess, express emotions and all that shit. They're amateur at best, very basic level stuff. I would say Are You Listening is my best. It's also the only song I wrote about a specific thing and not just like edgy nonsense, even though that's what it sounds like. What are you headed for in life right now? No clue. Do you still enjoy making videos even with lower or stagnating view counts on them? Do you get demotivated if a video you publish doesn't do as well as you expected? I would say yes, or the answer is supposed to be yes. I started with the intention of just passing time, just something to keep myself entertained. I mean, of course I wanted people to watch the videos, but that wasn't the only motivation. Over time, I feel like I lost that initial purpose, but it is something I'm working on. If I'm not having fun with it, then what's the point, And last but not least, are you aware of the are you? It might be behind you. Alright, so that should be all of them, I hope. I feel like every time I assume viewers are reoccurring viewers, I have new people saying, why do you assume I know you? But then when I assume they're new, it's just the video is like, oh, only reoccurring viewers watched this one and no one was new. So I will have no idea if new people are watching or if the old ones are. Maybe a mix of both. If this is the first video you're watching of mine, I want you to know that they're never scripted. Hopefully, if this is your first, it will not be your last. And if it isn't your first, I also hope it won't be your last. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I will hopefully see you in the next one.